Next up is Marvel, and Marvel specifically the MCU, and I'm sure everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, everyone collects the MCU movie collection," and yeah, probably a lot of people do because it's a very popular movie franchise. A lot of people enjoy the movies, and for me, I say the MCU specifically because I don't really enjoy anything pre-MCU from Marvel. I'm not really into the Fantastic Four movies, and I know they were owned by different companies, but I'm looking at it as like Marvel as a whole, the Marvel movies. So for me, like the X-Men movies are great and they're great on their own, but we're looking at the MCU specifically. I know the X-Men are now going to be put into the MCU in the future, but the X-Men movies were never part of the MCU. So movies like Fantastic Four, I never enjoyed their movies. They were never part of the MCU. The original trilogy of Spider-Man movies and then the Andrew Garfield the two Amazing Spider-Man movies, they were not MCU movies specifically. So I never got into them movies as much. As I do enjoy like the first Spider-Man movie, but this isn't about Spider-Man. This is not a Spider-Man video. Let's talk about the MCU movies. I'm always looking out to collect new movies within the MCU. I've got pretty much most of them now. I'm nearly up to date with the MCU movies, but I'm always on the lookout for new ones. And it's just because I enjoy watching these. I'm a big comic book fan, and these are just the greatest example of how to make a comic book movie. And my favourite ones would always be like Iron Man is a big favourite of mine. I think the Ant-Man movie is fantastic, and I really enjoy it. It felt a lot fresher than what was going on. Not that it was getting stale, but I enjoyed like that heist movie, and I thought, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was a big one as well. But I think Ant-Man really took a different spin on things as well, and I really enjoyed Ant-Man. And what I really enjoy about the whole MCU collection is just the way they are all individual stories, and they all, each film is a standalone, but then it just has them little twists that go into the connections of making a larger movie that go and build into the Avengers movies, which is great. And I mean, look at it, it all finishes with Endgame, and now we're growing further on from Endgame, but I just love their movies. I think they're all great movies. Every superhero they created, and just taking some characters. Black Panther. I wasn't really aware of Black Panther or Guardians of the Galaxy, for that matter, before these movies came out, and now I'm a really big fan of them because of their movies, and they've just really drawn me into saying, yeah, how did I never know about these characters? And that's why I love collecting for the MCU. I think they're great movies, they're great watches, and if someone offers me the chance to watch an MCU movie anytime, I will always watch it, and that's why I always and still look out for them when collecting. That's why I collect them still in 2020.